All right, Darius. Hello, my friends. Here we are. This is the season opener for the Grayland Trios League, season 3025. I'm joined with Darius, who will be playing Darius Matamuri. I think he's just going to go by Darius for like ever. First things first, we have a message for Darius. So I imagine you being like the general manager slash owner of the Dragonborn, you've got your own little work office. Maybe it's extravagant, maybe it's Spartan-esque, somewhere in between. But sitting on your desk when you come into work, and let's say that, most games are usually held on like Sundays. So this is probably like a Friday or Saturday morning when you're showing up for work. Um, there is an envelope with a little folded, like when you go to a dinner table or a dinner reception kind of thing, they have the little folded up things that have like who sits where. You have a little thing like that, and it says, "Attention, Darius Montemurray," and it's a little envelope, little yellow envelope with bubble. There's a word for this. I can't think of it, but it's got the little bubble shits inside.
Okay.
Bubble fillers or something, I think is what it's called. Anyway, but there's a little message in there.
All right. I'll go ahead and open it.
All right. Inside there is a handwritten note. Um, in short, it says, "Mr. Montemurray, a while back, you were looking into a line of financial transactions that I'm assuming didn't make much sense to you at the time. Following that investigation that you were attempting, your team ran into some complications with the 3023 season. And that investigation stopped. I continued that investigation. And I have some more information if you're willing to meet me sometime later this week at insert random address to a well-known eatery establishment that I didn't think of."
All right. Is there a way to contact him?
Yes, there is a business card. And on this business card is the name Hans Irving and well, we'll call it a phone number because in 3025, who knows what exactly the Battletech era was. It was something like 80s to 90s tech, but localized to a planet.
On Solaris, I imagine they still had satellites and
Yeah, they probably had like AT&T, except it was all Comcast logoed. Not
yeah,
Comcast. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. I get Comcast and Comstar confused, and sometimes it's because I make jokes about it. Comstar logos on everything. And of course, the interplanetary call center in the international zone where you can send an HPG message if you've got enough money.
right.
Um, but yeah, so there's a phone number that you can attempt to contact him at. And then, of course, he's given you a date and a time and a location for a meetup at let's call it a deli. Like a little sandwich deli, kind of a popular one that may or may not start with pan and end with era. But, in 3025.
Pandera?
Panera. Panera Bread or whatever the hell they're called. I used to eat there a lot years ago. I used to get bagels from there all the
Yeah, I
time.
know, but for purposes of
Mm,
not
Pantera. No, wait, that's a music group. Yeah,
Pandera.
there you go. Pandera.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and meet him at the appropriate time and place.
Okay. You want to send him a message confirming or something to that effect?
Yep.
Okay. Um, so next, prior to your next match, will be the actual sit down with him. We'll, as far as out of character wise, we'll set
All
that up.
right.
Because the date that he's given you or suggested is actually after your next match, which is tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon rather. And unless there's anything else you want to get into before we get started with sitting down with Olaf.
No.
Okay. Well, we'll take us down into the studio. And of course, things have gotten a little bit more fancified since 3022. 3022 things were run out of something like a broken down studio that may or may not have been the back of a large van. But, the GTL has gotten pretty popular over the last couple of years, to the point, in fact, where other teams on Solaris or so not teams, but other stables on Solaris are actively considering, actively pursuing, potentially drafting people from the GTL teams and into their stables. Uh, so the studio itself has gotten a little bit more upgraded. It's on the third floor of a 70 floor building kind of deal, somewhere not quite downtown IZ of Solaris City, but it's down there in the more built up areas. Uh, anyway, in the studio, as you can imagine, dark room with some strategically placed lights, some green screens in the background. Olaf, of course, is there. He's wearing his normal black suit with faintly teal green ish pinstripes, and he's got a lapel pin on his left collar in the shape of the Dragonborn logo. And he says, "Darius, it's good to see you, my friend. How have you been? How has the off season treated you?"
Oh, pretty well.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Hopefully those stables out there, the big leagues, as it were, hopefully they don't siphon away too many of your good teammates. The Rickstad brothers, in particular. I would hate to see them
Yeah,
broken up.
I I'm hoping they remain loyal.
Well, you know what they say: the almighty Seabill talks and bullshit walks, or something like that. I've heard this story somewhere. At any rate, let's go ahead and get started. I'm getting some angry looks from the producers here, so I guess we should go ahead and kick this off. And of course, at this point, the set goes dark except for one or two lights that are directly above uh, his chair, and there's obviously a desk and something similar to oh god, I can't think of it now. Late night TV, David Letterman or Jay Leno or something like that. I just dated the shit out of myself with those two names. Anyway, so yeah, it's a setup like that. There's the table for the host for Olaf. There's a couple of seats off to one side, and of course, in front of you is a bank, the different banks of cameras and microphones and all that stuff, all the technical stuff. There's no live audience, so not quite a talk show setup, but maybe next year we'll have a better budget. Who knows? And so then it goes quiet on the set, and then the traditional countdown, and then Olaf, excuse me, goes ahead and kicks off. He says, "Welcome back, Mech fans! What a time to be alive! The 3025 season is kicking off. Look at those fireworks and hear that band. My goodness, there hasn't been this much fanfare since the Steiners and Davians joined their houses with the signing of the FedCom Accords back in 22. As always, and in conjunction with the media of the Krieg Dominion, supported by the Solaris Broadcasting Corporation and the Donegal Media Group, I am Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press. That's right, here every week with all your mech news, interviews with pilots, techs, managers, and more, bringing you since 3022 the finest in combat sports entertainment. The 3025 season is launching with all the bang and boom you could expect, and then some. This year, we have two new teams joining the league, a team based out of the Draconis Combine world of Dover, and another team from Old Terra herself. Will these two teams bring enough firepower and determination to prove themselves on a competition field filled with so much more experience, or will these expansion teams just be sent home, their proverbial tails stuck between their legs? There's only one way to find out. That's right. Watch and find out as the season unfolds. Our first match of the season features two of those experienced teams going head to head. Both have had playoff experience in the previous years, and both teams have had their share of troubled seasons as well. Both have managed to stick it out, however, and are about to make a showing tonight and in the coming weeks to prove any doubters wrong. Joining me tonight is the manager of one of those two teams about to take the field, Darius Montemurray, owner-manager of the Luthien Dragonborn, the team stable of the Draconis Combine. Tonight, they'll be facing off against the Sian Spirits, and as my memory serves, these two teams share a small measure of animosity for one another, especially since 3023 in the playoffs there. That actually brings me to my first question. Darius, first off, how are you, my friend? How have things been going for you since last season? What's the off season been looking like for you? Just catch us up.
Well, we had a pretty good season in 3023. Uh, Winning the finals definitely brought us a lot of income, and we've kind of been riding on that since then.
Indeed.
As far as this past off season, hello, Persephone.
Yes. We have stray cats wandering around the studio. I
Yes.
too have one that may or may not make an appearance.
Um, as far as this past off season goes, I've been training my mech warriors, and hopefully they stick around long enough for that training to show off.
I can only imagine. I don't manage anything except this few feet right here in front of me, and according to my producers, I don't always do so well. But I could only imagine the frustration it must be to have a teammate, or excuse me, a team member that you work them up and they show dividends and they show progress and they're getting along the way you want and it's doing your team good, only to have them taken swept out from under you because of this draft that the Solaris Gaming Commission has allowed the major stables on the planet to actively pursue. We'll see how that works out through the course of the next several weeks. Hopefully, it doesn't get too much in the way. And I think I may have actually answered or asked and answered one of my prepared questions right there. But let me go ahead and get you to my actual first one. Excuse me. Let me see. Where are mine? Where are my notes? 3023 was a rough year. And I believe you mentioned something about that. The Dragonborn, despite being officially recognized as the Trinity Cup champions, there were allegations of officials being bribed or coerced to ensure the Dragonborn made it into the playoffs, despite what some might call a less than stellar season, with only 3 wins and 4 losses being input into the official record. Now, this was 2 years ago. There are some that are still, I don't know, salty over this experience to the point where there are still petitions going around to have your team disbanded and your players, not to mention yourself, sent back to Luthien. We here are very curious to know what you have to say about that.
No, those allegations are strictly false.
In my
That's all I
experience,
can say.
fair enough. I was gonna say too, and in my experience, Darius, always hammer on the nail, and not much fuss, not much pomp and circumstance, as it were. Straight to the answer. I like it. Uh, and my other question I have here too is actually regarding the expansion teams. Now, a lot of people are talking about the effects of the league and what it's done for the rest of Solaris. There's some quality players in our teams right here in the GTL. We mentioned the Rickstads. Of course, one is the Mech Jock and the other is the Renshner. But you've also got Vamsi and Takaram, and there's a number of others too. Delhay being one. Off the top of my head, I think that's the Nationals. There's a number of others across the league. More famous and wealthy stables have actually started to scout our people, and I think you've already caught wind of that. Um,
Yeah.
but there's another thing too. We've got the inclusion of 2 additional teams to the league this year: the Dover Crows and the Rock City Wolverines. The Crows, in fact, are one could say they're actually related, although maybe we use that word a little loosely. Related to your Dragonborn, as it's the Luthien Armor Works branch on Dover that's actually funding and sponsoring their being here. With these 2 new teams, how do you feel about facing them on the field later this season?
Well, the other Draconis Combine team is not supported by the DCMS.
One could argue the DCMS is supported by Luthien Armor Works, although we're kind of stretching the definition of support here.
Yeah, that's kind of stretching it a lot.
Some would say the
Um,
DCMS wouldn't have much of a leg to stand on if it weren't for Luthien Armor Works. But that's only some, not me. I wouldn't say that. I'm from, the Rossahide district. I'm not going to argue.
but I'm confident that we will have a good match.
While I, for one, am definitely looking to see what the Crows and the Wolverines can bring to the field that we haven't seen already. Hopefully, they're just not another, cookie cutter kind of team. Hopefully, they'll have something unique about them to show and something to liven things up. Not that the teams that we have now are unlively. I mean, let's not get too far into it, but let's not also forget that the Dragonborn have something of a rivalry with at least two or three different teams, in particular the Golden Suns and the Merrick Industrialists. Although possibly the Debutantes. In fact, there's just rivalries across the board. Lots of history in just the last few years alone, since the GTL first stood up. Now, we mentioned briefly 3023. 3024 was only a little bit better for the Dragonborn, at least insofar as any official scrutiny may be concerned. Your team didn't manage to make it to the playoffs, unfortunately. After 2 consecutive years of making it into the playoffs, first in 22 and then in 23, to be dealt a hand that left you out of the postseason, what can we, the viewers here on Solaris and across the Inner Sphere, expect to see from your team in this new season? Have you made any changes, whether it's to your roster or your training regimen?
Um, I believe that the training regimen I have is going to be sufficient to bring us straight to the playoffs again this year.
All right. Well, we got 10 teams. We've got 9 weeks. We've got 45 matches scheduled for the regular season before we get into the
Mhm.
postseason. So anything at this point in time, very clearly, anything can go, anything can happen. There's only one way to stay on top of it, and that's to stay right here at the Triple Press, and make sure you stay apprised of what is going on. And there we have it. Let's stop talking about it and start getting after it. The Dragonborn are ready to take on the Spirits, and both teams are eager to redeem themselves. So let's let them do it to it. So let's go ahead and switch over to. I just realized I was on the wrong screen this whole time. Oh well. You know what they say: the first pancake's always a flop, right? That's not entirely true. Let's not go there. All right, our first thing, I need to add experience points for every single pilot and tech on the teams. So let's go ahead and do that real quick now. Experience is this column. So 4, 5, 5, 1, 4, and 4. And now we do it for the techs on your team. Oh, Marcius is now at 10 experience points, as well as Pasolini. Those are 2 of your techs in tier 1. Of course, when I get done going through all of the rosters and everything after the match, I'll send you your update
Yep.
so we can make sure there's no discrepancies. All right, let's take care of the spirit side. Experience points 3, 4, 1, 6, 5, 5. Techs. There's a spirit tech getting ready to level up. Seems so weird to call it that, but that's basically what it is. All right, so we've done that. Next up on my checklist is sponsorships. So let me pull up my sponsorship rules. And we'll start with you, Darius. I'm going to need, well, before we actually make that roll, you had messaged earlier. You wanted to retain your +1 training, correct?
Yes.
All right, so for that, what we need to do, so the rules say sponsorships can be sponsorships can either be renewed with a 2d6 roll of 8 or higher, or you can obviously just do a regular roll to pursue a new sponsorship. So go ahead and roll me a 2d6, and on an 8 or better, you get to keep the +1 training. Of course, if this doesn't work, then you just don't have you basically lose the sponsorship altogether. Go ahead and make that roll when you're ready, please. And that'll be in, obviously that'll be in the Mega Mech window. Total of 4.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Okay. Because I didn't actually specify it in the rules, I'm reviewing them right now. Let me just double check. Sponsorships can either be renewed. I feel like, I wrote in here can either be renewed, but then I didn't finish the or side of it. I'm gonna, you know what? There's nothing in the rules that says I have to or that I can't. So, what we'll do first, let me get rid of this training because that was a really good one to have. Go ahead and make another 2d6 roll to see what sponsorships. Hold on, let me rephrase this. Sponsorship attempt roll. And that is an 8, which means negotiations are taking longer than expected. -1 to the sponsorship type roll. This one is 3d6, and it'll be 3d6 -1. 9 -1 is 8. Well, this one isn't half bad. +1 fan for each week if your team wins.
All right.
That's not half bad. Almost literally, because in your case, any new fan only counts as half a wealth. +1 fan per win. Nope, per week if match won. That's. Oh, I forgot to put this stupid asterisk in there. Alright, there we go. Alright, sponsorship starts. Start of 30-25. Ends. Start 30-29. Okay. Now I need to do the sponsorship for the spirits. And what do they have? Med time reduced by 1 level. I'm going to see if they can keep that. I need an 8 or better. I did not. So now I need to roll again. An 11. Sponsors are eager to do business with the spirits. +1 to the next roll. So it's going to be 3d6. Total of 13. Or excuse me, roll to 13. Total of 14. +3 wealth. Damn, that's big. Let's see. Medical time reduced. Get rid of that. Let's see. +3 wealth. I hate that asterisk thing. Okay. +3 wealth each week if match won. Starting 30-25, ending start 30-29. There we go. All right, that's updated. Update or save this one rather. Okay. Now we did that. So midweek event. We get to that section of the rules. That's not the section I want. Where are my midweek events? Give me just 1 second. I'm trying to find the midweek events. I think I missed the page. Oh, don't do that to me. Experience points. Draft, that's post-match. Prepare. Sponsorships. Pairs. Postseason. SPAs. That's the last section. Hold on. Where the... I just saw this earlier. Now I can't find it. Expenses. Experience points. Oh, here we go. Duh. All right. Your midweek event choices were training and marketing, so I need a 2d6 for training.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
I went to Gen Con.
Say that one more time.
I went to Gen Con.
Did you?
Yes.
How
And
was
one
it?
of the things I brought back was this mug.
Oh, let me switch over real quick so I can see it. Oh, that is sick. That is nice. Is that like a wax coat or something like that at the top half? Or is that just like a
The entire thing has a wax coat except for uh, the rougher part of the insignia.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That is sick. All you DCMS
Yeah.
fans out there should have gone to Gen Con and got you one of them mugs.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. 2d6 plus 1 for training. When you're ready, I got to answer a text real quick, so I may not see it right away.
2d6 plus 1 for training.
Yeah, well, you'll get a plus 1 on it. I don't know if Mega Mech will allow you to do plus or minus on the roll.
It doesn't.
Did I actually send that? 7 plus 1 is 8. All right, so that'll be plus 1 experience to all pilots and techs except those recovering. You have none, so your dudes all get another point of experience. 5, 6, 6, 2, 5, and 5. And then your techs, 11. Oh, whoops. No, no, you're not climbing up here. You should know better by now. He doesn't. He doesn't know better. He keeps coming up here anyway. Okay. And then your second MWE was marketing. So that's also a 2d6, but you don't have any bonuses on that. Five. That is no result. Yep.
Yep.
But not the -1 on your next sponsorship attempt, which is what Snake Eyes
Right.
would have been. Okay. The. Oh, hold on. I'm getting. The Sian Spirits are also doing a marketing. They have no bonuses for that. So 2d6. They also have a 5, so nothing special for them either. All right, and now your gather intel. And you have +1 on that. Oh, you know what? Your +1 training MWE actually, you know what? Fuck it. Too late now. We already rolled it. It actually would have made a difference if I canceled it, but I'll just leave it. I'll let it fly. 2d6 for your gather intel, please, when you're ready. Gather intel is. God, I wish I had this a bit more organized. You rolled a 7. Let me see what that does. Actually, no, I wrote that in here somewhere, didn't I? Yes, I did.
And
Yep.
with a +1, that's an 8.
Yep. With an 8, that gives you pilots and skill levels. So your opponents tonight will be using Yi, Matashov, and Ivory. Yi and Matashov both are 2-1-2-1 for gunnery piloting. They both have 2 edge and 1 tactics. And then Ivory is a veteran with 3-4 and 2 edge. No tactics. Those are the opponents that will be on the field today. Do you want to make any changes to your lineup based on that information?
No.
Alrighty. Go ahead and bring in the list. And then I will assign you your mechs, and you can review just in case I made any snafus anywhere along the way.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, I need to set up the map before I forget. 21 by 21 generated, and you are the home team. So when you're ready, I know you're reviewing your dudes, but when you're ready, go ahead and select your home edge, and then the spirits will take the opposite edge, and we'll get started.
Yep.
Oh, hush. You're fine. What you do? Ain't nothing moving around. It's just you and me in here. Cat got started to get up because he meowed and I was like, "Oh, hush, you're fine." He looked at me and he's like, "I'm gonna get up." And in the process of him standing up, he heard something from somewhere else. Get off of there before I lose my sound.
I seem to be in order.
Okay, go ahead and pick your starting edge when you're ready. You've got a solid, oh my god, you've got a solid 1,000 battle value advantage over me. Jesus Christ. All right, you chose the north, so I will choose the south. When you're ready, please click done, and I will join you.
We're still doing 21 by 21 map.
Correct.
All right.
I played a couple of practice matches with the player for the Dover Crows, my son, my oldest one. And let me tell you, I used a Spider 5V in one of those matches, and oh my god, I see now why you enjoy the shit out of them because every time he tried to target it, it was like, oh my god, I need an 11. Oh my god, I need a 12 to hit. I'm like, yeah, bub, when you jump 8 goddamn hexes, that's what happens.
Yep.
All right, once you click done, I'll click done. That way, there we go. That way we don't get inadvertently pulled in before we need to make any last second changes. Of course, we've got unnecessary initiative rolls for deployment. You've got 7188 battle value. I've got 6181. I am at a distinct disadvantage here. So, all my previous talking shit about the Spirits winning tonight, I don't know if that's going to happen now. I do believe this is the same team. I may or may not have the pilots exactly the same for these mechs, but these three mechs were the same mechs that Grimdark James used on me a few weeks ago during the 3022 championship finals. Kitty, get away from the fireplace. You're stupid. Come here. Hey, get out of there. Dumbass. And for the viewers at home, as I talk shit and run my mouth to cover up the dead silence, let me tell you, I am excited to be back at the helm of the Grayland Trios and getting after these matches. We've got currently 4 out of 5 matches scheduled. Oh, hush. I just don't want you on the desk, and you know that. My cat's yelling at me because I just bopped his nose to keep him from climbing up here. But I'm excited to be here. We've got plenty of matches coming up. Something like 54 matches altogether, including the finals, the way I have them currently planned. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. What do we got up here? Your super advanced Warhammer and your little jump all over the place spider. Well, let's do. What's on this one again? Okay. Let's do. Oh, I didn't put the fire starter in a good spot. Oh well, whatever. And yeah, okay. All right. What are you doing, bub? Silly kitty.
That's a weird marauder.
Yeah, it swaps out. If I'm not mistaken, it swaps out a PPC and puts a large laser in there. Um, something silly like that. Yeah. There was, I believe there's a. It gives us. It has 18 instead of 12 or 15 heat sinks. I don't remember how many the 3R has, but it's the Liao one. Figured. Well, actually, I don't remember if it was ended up on the team. No, James bought the Archer. That's where the Archer comes from. I don't know.
All right. Well,
Go ahead and put that other Warhammer down somewhere so we can start shooting at each other. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Of course you get the initiative. God damn. All three of your mechs going after mine. I guess that's what's going to happen with your heavy tactics usage.
That's the idea.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see. I don't remember what was on that Warhammer. Let me see what's on there for the viewers. The viewers that may not know. Two ERPPCs, medium laser, small pulse, SRM6, a couple more medium lasers, and another small pulse. So basically, this thing is deadly at all ranges. And it does have ammo, so we can crack the shell and make it go bloom. Hopefully. Of course, the 6K. Let me see. I don't remember what's on the 6K exactly. Again, PPCs, medium laser, SRM, small lasers. I think the fundamental difference between the 6K and the 7A is the ERPPC, and I think the 7A has some probably some ferrofibrous or some shit like that too. Double heat sinks probably, something silly like that. The 7A has 32 heat sink capacity, so I'm going to assume, yep, those are definitely double heat sinks. The Warhammer 7A was won by the Luthien Dragonborn from the special mid-season event that we did for 3022. Unfortunately, given the nature of how we're running 3025, there won't be a special mid-season event, but there will be 3 special rounds throughout the season. But they're also secret for now. That is a teaser. Alright, let me see. What are we looking at here? Firestarter is shooting first. Doesn't have shit to really shoot at. 13 to hit the Warhammer. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, you know what? Out of range. Son of a bitch. Okay, whatever. I have committed my move. And that's all I can really say about that. Alright, we got some damages already. Possibly. Let's see. We didn't. Oh, we started a fire. Cool. The Archer is shot at. It misses. Archer shoots at the Warhammer. It hits. So the Warhammer 7A is now at light damage. Let's see. It looks like just about everything else misses except ERPPC smashes the shit out of a fire starter. And internal structure on it is taken. So that's going to make it light and up to moderate now. All right, I don't see anything else. So the Warhammer takes a few hits, and the fire starter is taking internal structure. That is problematic already. Heat is still manageable for everyone. Oh, let's see. A little bit more evenish of the initiative, and we are sitting at 99% to 98% battle value remaining. We got a little bit of smoke on the field. We've got a spider that is going to quickly start annoying me if I'm not careful with it. But also, if I get distracted with a spider, I've got a number of PPCs, probably some medium lasers and or SRMs to contend with. So I really got to watch what I'm doing here. Warhammer scoots up super close. That's an interesting move, but not a bad one, perhaps. Got some big numbers on that rear armor. Gonna be rough to get through it. But you know what? Sometimes nickel and diming your opponent can be enough to set the edge. Death by a million paper cuts. Let's see. This may not be the smartest move I've ever made. However, I think I'm gonna make it. Perfect.
Oh my.
Yeah, again, listen, nobody has ever accused me of being anything close to a brilliant strategist or tactician. So, this will either be a very good round for me, or it's going to be a very bad round for that Marauder. We'll see what happens here in just a moment. Let's see. Um, I'm really, I'm really concerned for the Marauder and the Firestarter at this point. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm gotten a little nervous now. Is no, get down. What? No, you can't climb up on the desk. You know that. You should know that. Just chill out and lay down and go to sleep or something. Do what most cats would do right now. Go to sleep. All right, let's see what happens. That's not good. When you fire a bunch of shit at something and hardly anything hits. Warhammer's already marked as light damage. Marauder hits with a large laser and a medium laser and misses everything else. Archer managed to smack only 6 out of 40 missiles into that Warhammer. And the Marauder 3L takes a almost literal metric fuck ton of damage from the Marauder, or excuse me, the Warhammer. Spider misses the Archer. Marauder takes a bunch of hits. Oh dear. Okay, let me get that marked in there. Let me see. Left torso critical, re-rolled with edge, shifted to the left leg. Jesus, that Marauder ate a lot of rounds. Holy cow. No, get down. PSRs rolled and saved. I am good. I did note that 2 of those flamers, 2 out of 3 flamers hit the Warhammer, so that's going to be 2 additional heat each for a total of 4. So that's advantageous for me, hopefully. Probably not, because it's double heat sinks. Kick phase. And that Warhammer is still standing. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, that actually hit. Losing critical slots. Warhammer 7A is up to moderate, or excuse me, heavy damage now. The Marauder is up to moderate damage, taking internal structure. No criticals. All PSRs are saved, or rolled rather. Impressive. And there is smoke. And there's some heat. Ooh, we did manage to get that Warhammer up super hot between its fire and my fire, but it did avoid the automatic shutdown. Ugh. Okay. His spider, then my archer, fire starter, Warhammer Marauder, and the other Warhammer. 92 to 93%, shifting in the favor of the Draconis Combine. I bought a scratching post for my cat the other day. He is currently going ape shit on it. I think he's gonna sit. Interesting. Do I do it knowing full well that I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me and probably lose this Marauder? The only problem with my cat having a scratching post is every time I hear him scratching at it, I can't tell if he's scratching at the scratching post or something else until I turn my head and look at him. Of course, if he sees me looking at him, he'll stop and wander off. Because that is, of course, what cats do. Hey, leave those blinds alone. All right, we've got some interesting things going here. Uh, Darius, I will say this: you're making me fight for this, and I'm getting very nervous. I really feel like I'm about to lose that Marauder. So nervous about it right now. All right, let's see what we got. Marauder takes some hits. Warhammer 6K is taking hits. Well, what are we looking at? 12 out of 40 missiles hitting it. Warhammer 6K takes a large laser and a medium laser. Everything else misses. The 7A shoots an ERPPC at the archer and hits. It is a critical but gets re-rolled. The archer is okay for now, although I need to mark it. And it looks like everything is okay so far. I'm still very, very, very nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Uh-oh. Son of a bitch. I should have known better. I should have known better. What did you do to me? I fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew you were planning something, man. I knew it. That was too easy. Okay, so we have the Warhammer 7A losing its left torso, arm blown off, and critical hit. Excuse me. That is heavy damage on the. Well, we've already got the 7A at heavy. The 6K charges the Marauder, displaces it off the board, so the Marauder is out. Defeated. That is kill credit for the 6K Marauder pilot. That is Rick.
Sorry, man, I couldn't pass that up.
No, I don't blame you. I knew something was weird, and I should have known better my damn self. I saw your Warhammer 7A that didn't move, and it had an elevation above it, and I was like, this is too easy. I know this is not going to work. I even said it. I was nervous as fuck. I knew something wasn't right, but I fell for it like a dumbass. Yeah. Yep. That's that's what I get. The Marauder has been displaced off the field and out of the fight. The 6K is still in, and I'm down a mech. This is not good. The only thing I have in my advantage right now is a 7A that is not so hot anymore. That I'm going against. And of course, I moved both of my pieces before you move yours. Awesome. Amazing. Wonderful. Superb. 57 to 78%. And of course, I moved my faster mech first. That's so annoying. You know what? No, I gotta do something. What the shit am I gonna do here? Gotta do something. Don't know what. Just a little bit of that going for me. And I would say, come at me, bro, but your Warhammers don't even need to move to cause problems for me, so. Stand still and shoot at me, I suppose. Oh, I'm the king of the hill. See, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I knew it. For those that couldn't tell because of screen resolution or anything, the Warhammers are both pointed at my archer, and they otherwise did not move. Now just waiting to see where his spider goes. Probably to the rear of my archer. What? No. I'm busy. Go lay down or something. No, you can't come up here. I'll pet you while I'm waiting for Darius to move. Shooting time. Interesting choices. Let's see. Yep, smart. Put yourself at long range from my fire starter, who's too fucking hot to do anything anyway. 615. Hmm. I do believe my archer is about to go down next. All right, medium laser fired at the spider misses. Medium lasers at the Warhammer 7A, one of them hits. Everything else is directed upon the archer. Archer takes a bunch of shit, literally a bunch of shit. Manages to not die, passes the PSR. Doesn't even take internal damage yet. Yet, being the operative word in that statement.
Almost took a critical.
Almost, but didn't. But also no longer has edge, so he's fucked now. Got a little bit of heat buildup going still, but nothing terrible. Initiative says fuck you to me. Firestarter again moving first, and then the two Warhammers, and then the Archer, and then the Spider. Oh, I forgot to look at the battle value. That's fine. I'm losing. That's all I need to know.
Battle value is 52.84% versus 77.6%.
Yep. As I said, I'm losing horrifically at the moment. Let's see. That's not a good idea. I don't. That may not have been a very smart move on my part. I think moving that fire starter there actually was pretty dumb. Oh well. Oh, we got some smoke on the field that's actually helping you and not the motherfucker that started the fire in the first place. How convenient. You're welcome. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, what a series of comedic errors on my part. But I did manage to blow the shit out of that 7A. I haven't killed it yet, though. Hmm. This is not gonna go well. Interesting. Well, you know what? The one good thing about this, if nothing else, the Marauder is not lost. It just needs to be fixed. It could be used again next round, next match. Might be my only saving grace at the moment. Don't know. I'm really fearful that Archer is about to eat 3 PPCs and a metric ton of SRM6s. And maybe even some lasers from that damn spider down there. Although I think that spider is going to be focused on the fire starter. Let's see what happens here. Warhammer eats a couple of lasers, and then 24 of 40 missiles.
Fire starter goes down.
Yep, section destroyed. Firestarter is crippled. That's pretty much a wrap for the spirits at this point. Oh my god, yeah. He is. Oh, Ivory takes a hit. That's not good. I mean, one hit isn't bad, but Jesus Christ. Okay, one total hits. That might be the match. I don't know. No, probably not. At least not until I eject that pilot. Surrender the mech. Let's see. 6 heat for the spider and the archer. Everybody else is manageable heat. Let's see what the battle value looks like as we move into round 6. 74 to 45, favoring the Dragonborn, and I have lost all initiative. Yep. And I am surrendering the fire starter. He is effectively useless at this point. One leg. Yeah, center torso is about to crack. We're ejecting the fire starter. He is surrendering. That's going to go to... Fine. Let's take a look at the round report real quick. Who gets kill credit for the fire starter? He fell over and did some shit. SRM6. Oh, that's going to go to the 6K pilot. That's the one that caused all the retardation. Somebody's going to be offended that I use that word. Where is... Yep, the SRM6 is what killed the leg that caused him to fall over. So... Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's the 7A.
The 7A pilot.
Yeah, I just realized that SRM6 came from that one. All right, 7A pilot gets the kill credit. That's Vamsi for the FS9H kill. All right, there we go. All right. Well, at least a crippled light mech is easy to fix, relatively speaking. Well, pretty sure this is going to be the final round, even if the archer is still standing. We might eke out a kill, though, if I'm lucky. I don't like relying on luck, though. Oh, I gotta click done for that guy, too. The archer. Matashov. I think Matashov is just kind of like, yeah, fuck. This match is done. I'm just going to Alpha Strike before they call it. He's eyeballing the bejesus out of his heat scale right now, too, because he knows he's going to fucking run hot as shit. It's like, mash the override button. See what happens here in a moment. I need... All right, let's see what we got here.
Ooh.
That's a good sound. I like hearing that sound out of my opponent. All right, Archer does not take anything from the Spider. The Archer hits 12 out of 20. Some rerolls from Edge. We got internal structure. We got an engine hit. That's a cripple on the 7A. And unfortunately, that's it. We didn't get a kill. Son of a bitch.
And I did take out a medium laser on the Archer.
Oh. The Archer, that takes the Archer up to heavy damage. And I don't believe we have any melee phase, so I think that's going to be the final round. I'll be very surprised if there is still a match. Archer avoids shutdown. Is currently sitting at 14 heat. I don't think it's going to matter much. What? Really? Fuck. Well, I definitely just lost the match because that Archer can't do shit sitting at 14 out of 10 heat. Fuck me. Madashov is sitting there going, fuck! Timing! Timing is everything! Uh-huh. Of course. Now you're gonna close and hit me with all your little weapons. Get out of here. Oh, no, not perfect. Fuck it. It's not like we're gonna be able to do much any damn way. Alright, let's see what happens here. We're already so freaking hot. Jesus Christ. It's the last stand of Madashov. Spirits will sing of this moment for many years to come. And in about 40 something years, a very similar archer will make a very similar stand. For those that don't know the lore, in about 3067, Jamie Wolf, founder and commander of the Wolf's Dragoons. Well, shit, this information is like 10 or 15 years old. Spoiler limit's got to be gone by now. Jamie Wolf dies on Outreach in his archer battling Wayne Waco right at the very beginning of the Blake Jihad. Excuse me. That shit came out in like 2007 or 8, so I think I can get away with saying that now. Damn it. Ugh, fuck. I don't know what the hell got there. Oh, I missed? Motherfucker. And you didn't shoot a whole lot either. You must have been super hot too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Excuse me. I don't know what the hell's going on, but my throat is suddenly incredibly dry and I don't know why. All right, go ahead. Kick me so I fall over. Somehow magically fall out of the trees and down the hill. Hit on the upper leg. Archer is at 10 heat. Spider is at 10 heat. Ugh.
One last round.
Yeah, looks. I mean, there's only 2 rounds left, but with a 28-71 spread, I don't think I'm gonna last. Jesus, man, my cat must be tearing up the litter box because I feel like I'm just getting nothing but the dust out of it somehow. Because I can smell the litter box dust smell, and my throat is dry as hell. You know how? Damn fan right there. Well, I'm gonna take a spider leg to the back of my head at some point if my mech is still standing. I just want one kill, man. Just one kill. The irony, though, is if I sneezed on that spider, it would die. Oh, look at all of that. 7A is
And the
still
6K gets a kill.
son of a bitch. Okay. Let's see. Archer is. Oh, Matashov takes a hit to the face. Let's see what happens here. The Archer is getting obliterated. Archer is crippled. Those engine hits. Falls over, loses the LRM 20. Matashov takes another hit. Shit, that's 2. He's going to be out for a couple days. Still conscious. Did he lose a leg too? I feel like I thought I saw something about losing a leg. Yep. Left leg
Yep.
blown off. Good God. Yeah, that's. Who was it that kicked him or got that leg? The 6K?
The 6K.
All right, because I'm just going to surrender that mech. There's no point for him now.
I
6K.
don't think you have an option. I think it's over.
It probably is, actually. Which means if it is over, you won't get the kill credit.
Why not? I legged him.
Because he didn't get a chance to surrender. Well, here, click done and let's see what happens. Yep, 90%. Shit, drop my pen. Alright, looks like your team won. Obs. Let's see what it says. Archer is still surviving. I didn't get a chance to actually eject him. I would have, though, if it made it another round. You hit too hard. That's what it is. You know what it is, Darius? You know when we were kids and you would hit your brother or your sister and they would start crying and you're like, no, 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 shh, don't tell mom, don't tell. That's what you just did to that archer. You hit him too hard. You needed him to last just a little bit longer. Anyway,
No, that's a 6K kill. He took out the leg.
he would have ejected. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was getting ready to eject him. Um,
Yeah.
but he is still shown as a survivor, so it doesn't count as a kill. I hear
Oh,
where
for
you're going with
fuck's
that.
sake.
I hear where you're going with that. It would have been a kill if it had gone into the next round, but you smacked the shit out of him. Let's talk about victory
That's
points.
bullshit.
I hear you. I hear you. I really do.
Well, who got the fire starter credit?
The fire starter credit went to Vamsey, the 7A. So Vamsey and Rickstad both got kill credit.
Okay, so the 6K did get at least one.
Yep. Yeah, he got the Marauder when he displaced him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Light mech is 1. Well, here, let's do this. 3 for winning. You get 1 for the light mech being killed. Firestarter is in the graveyard. Yep, okay. And then the heavy, you get 3. 1, 2, 3. I get 1. Total is 8. They get 8. Okay. I'll be updating these numbers on the spreadsheets momentarily, but the first thing we need to do, I've already calculated the value. So you win 8-1. You will be receiving 18 wealth from the match itself. Let's do fans so you can see how much more money you might get. You're gonna get a +1 for winning. We didn't have any streaks because this is the first game. No mechs outright destroyed. No physical attacks killing a mech. So one can argue that you did get a physical attack kill because you charged a mech off the board.
Yep.
But technically, Jesus Christ. See, if I give it this, you know what? Fuck it, I'll give it to you.
You're the one who put him at the edge of the board.
No, I mean, it's the argument is that it wasn't technically it's a kill, but it wasn't an actual mech kill. Like it wasn't blown up or whatever, right? But you did get kill credit for it, so therefore that was a physical attack that killed a mech because you got kill credit. You see where I'm going with that logic there? Anyway, that gives you a +3 on your fan roll. Go ahead and make a 2d6 roll for me, please. See how many fans you gain or lose from that match.
Yep. Give me 1 second.
Looks like the Spirits are going to have a -1 for losing. Losing, and that's it. That's all they get.
So you want me to roll 2d6?
Yes, please, for your fans. +3 total. And that, so 9 + 3 is 12. Jesus Christ, +4 fans. 2 additional wealth. All right, let me go ahead and do some. Oh, actually, let me roll mine first. 2d6 -1. 9 -1 is 8. Let me make sure I'm reading that right. 9 -1 is 8. That's +1 fan, actually. Huh. So who knew? Let me go ahead and put these on the spreadsheet real quick before I forget them. Finances, match earnings, 18. Get fans, 17. +4 is 21.
Okay, where do I add the fans?
All right, so on the general info tab, it'll have that one block where it's all fans, and then your total fans, you'll add 4 to the 17 that's in there,
Ah, okay.
and it should auto calculate everything else. So you have the Hold on. What's this? Oh,
And
God.
did
Okay.
you include the +1 fan for the win?
Oh, I did not. I did not. Good call. Let me just check my shirt. Yep, +1 fan for the win. So
So
it's
I'm
actually
up to
good.
22.
Correct. So that's 22 fans. That will take your. That will give you 16 additional wealth from your fans,
Yep.
-9 for your salaries. Because for your pilots, you're paying 3 for your tier 2 and tier 3. Your techs, you are paying 4 for tiers 2 and 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 for all your tier 1s combined.
What was the match earnings?
Match earnings were 18.
Salaries -9.
Correct. Then
Maintenance.
my maintenance is you have a total of 7 mechs. All 7 are maintained. 7 minus the 3 that went to the field is 4, so it's -4 for maintenance. And then your repair bill, you add this up real quick here. Repairs, you have a heavy mech, crippled. That is 6 plus 5 is 11 because it's the 7A that got crippled. And then your 6K is light, so that is 1, makes it 12. And then your spider didn't even get beat up. That is -12 for your repair costs. And medical is none. Your
Okay.
wait, did I get that right? Yeah, correct. And then your pilots. Let's add the experience in real quick. Vamsi gets 2 additional experience points, taking them up to 7. Rickstead gets 2 additional points, taking him up to 4. And then Tikaram, whatever, gets 1, taking him up to 6. Your techs, the 3 that were assigned for tonight, Lozano gets 1. Rickstead gets the other one. And then Marcius gets 1. All right. So there's that. Now, go back over here right quick. Fans. The draft. Okay. 2d6 to see how many members of the team are lost to the draft. Add modifiers as shown below. Let's see. +1 because you won. No streaks, no postseason, no championship. So I just need a 2d6 and it'll be a +1 added because you won. And the theory on that, by the way, is if you win the match, it means your players are more of an interest to somebody taking them. That 10 that you just rolled, that was it.
Yep.
That takes it up to 11. That gives you 2 pilots and 1 tech that need to be rolled for. Or excuse me, you've been quoted for 2 pilots and a tech. So starting with your 3, or excuse me, Jesus Christ. All right, let's start with your tier 3 pilots. That is Vidyat Karam. They are drafted on a 3 or less, 1d6.
Three or less, they're drafted.
Correct. Roll the
Not
6.
him.
Not Takaram. All right, your next pilot up is Katana Vamsia, tier 2. That is a 2 or less. That is a
Nope.
4. And then the next one is Rickstad, also a 2 or less. He is safe. And then lastly, your tier 1s. McClendon on a 1. Roy on a 1. And lastly, Ilays on a 1. None of your pilots are drafted. Let's go to your...
Jeez. Why can't I get these rolls when they really matter?
Like when you're in a match trying to get a headshot?
Yeah.
All right. You need to draft up 1 tech, starting with Simonson, who is a tier 3, so that'll be a 3 or... Excuse me, a 3 or less. Ooh.
Oh.
Simonson is gone. That does not take you... Well, you still get a replacement regardless, so... roll 1d6 for me again. This will be... Oops, wrong one. Roll 1d6 again. That will be to see what skill level the replacement is. I'll come up with a name shortly.
1d6?
Correct. 4. That is a regular.
4 is regular?
Yep. 4 and 5 is regular. 6 is veteran.
Oh, okay.
Oops, that doesn't go there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, and that was the 1 tech that you needed to give up. So you lost a tech, but kept all your pilots. Roll 1d6 one more time for their starting experience level. That new tech. 6. Nice. I'll throw a name in there in a little bit. We gotta do the losing team.
How much edge does he start with?
2. All right. Roll. Whoops. See what did I
Tier
just do?
1, right?
Correct. Draft.
Just need a name.
If you got one, that's cool. I gotta roll the spirits draft shit. 2d6 -1. 7 -1 is 6. That means no draft. Nobody is interested in the spirits, so I can skip all that. Okay, where is my script?
Yeah, nobody cares about the spirits you just lost.
Well, yeah, that's the reason why the modifiers are the way they are. Oh, let me go ahead and add the spirits, wealth, and fans in before I forget. Starting with they gained 1, takes them up to 11. They gained 8 wealth from the match. They get 11 from... So I have 11 fans. Yeah, that's right. Salaries is -5. Maintenance is -3. The repairs for them are going to be stupendous. Oh, I never verified. You've got sufficient number. You've got enough wealth, but I'm assuming you want to repair all of your damaged mechs.
Yes, I do.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Kind of felt like that was a no-brainer for you, but the spirits, well, they'll probably be okay too. Let's see. Where is my little... We have... That one will be easy. Heavy with moderate. That's going to be 4 wealth. We have a heavy crippled. It's 8 wealth, so that takes it up to 12. Fire starter also crippled. That's a light cripple. So that's 4, so that's 16 for that. 16. Medical. Ooh, that's gonna be tough.
My salary is only -8, not -9.
Oh yeah, it would be because you just lost that 1 tech, right? Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Good catch.
I'm not paying somebody who's leaving me.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. No, fuck you. You leaving? Here's your final paycheck. It was last week.
Yeah.
Jerk. Medical for my dudes. That one ended and we didn't get a new one. So medical time is still there. Experience. Nope. Pilots. Who we got? Matashov. 2 hits. Health injured 2. Then Ivory, 101. And with 2 hits, that's a -3 medical. And that makes them out for 4 days. So they'll be back next week. And with 1 hit is -1, so it's -4 total. Medical. Oof. All right. Got all that. Now, experience for the pilots that were in the fight. They get 7, 6, and 6, and nothing more. All right. Save that. And save that. All right. Next thing we got to do. I do believe this is one of the final things. Is repair rolls. These are all going to be 1d6. Let me figure out some target numbers for you real fast here. You have a heavy that is crippled, and you had an elite assigned to it. So elite crippled, elite crippled. It's 4+. You have a heavy, or excuse me, light, 2+. That's easy. And your spider is fine, and you've got all kinds of edge. So, when you're ready, let's go ahead and roll that 1d6 to see if your Warhammer 7A gets repaired. You need a 4+, and you have 4 rerolls, or 5 rolls total.
And I need a 4+.
Correct. And I'm sure you're going to nail it on the first one. Although now that I said it out loud, I probably just jinxed you.
Stop that. 1d6.
Correct. Look at that.
Boom.
Repaired. Let's see. And then a 2+ for the other Warhammer. Uh-oh. You've got 2 additional rerolls. There you go. Repaired.
There we go.
All right. For, let's see, a moderately damaged regular tech. That is a 4+. For the archer, crippled, also regular. That is a 5+. Ouch. And the light that is crippled with a regular, also 5+. Is that right? Regular, yeah. All right. And I got 3 rolls total
Now
for each one.
The Marauder should be marked as crippled as well. I don't know what you marked it as.
I had it as moderate when it was punched off. Did it lose a leg or something along the way?
No, but it took critical damage on the way.
I'll put it at heavy. Cripple's usually reserved for losing a leg or engine or gyro hits. Heavy is
Okay.
with a regular attack 4+. That's still the same. Okay. All right. 4+. God damn it, that's 1. There goes. Repaired. Now I need 2 5+. 1, 2, 3. Got it. And for the fire starter, also a 5+. 3 rolls total. 1, 2, 3. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That is a busted up fire starter. But the repairs have already been paid, so they just have to try again next week. Let me make a note that it is not repaired. Not repaired. Actually, I don't even have to make a note. I could just go onto the spreadsheet. The whole point of the spreadsheet was to be able to keep notes like this. Fire starter status damage level is crippled. All right. Repairs, I already updated experience. Oh, I didn't do the text for the science. Do the text experience points. Who were the texts? Mira, 6, Garvin, 11, and Absco, 7. There we go. Save it. Yours are good. Let me double check my notes. Make sure we haven't missed anything. 1, assign VPs, fans, wealth, draft, expenses, maintenance, salary, repairs, and medical. Did all that. Repair rolls, experience points, did all that. All right, that will take us back to the interview room with Olaf. Darius! Great showing. You almost lost your expensive Warhammer, though. How's that feel? I shouldn't say it like that. I apologize. I didn't mean to rub it in or anything. Well, maybe just a tiny bit because it's advanced technology, but anyway.
I got a good tech on it. His team will get it fixed up in no time.
Of course, of course. Overall, good fight, I think. The Spirits, I don't think they're going to be too happy. But, you know, when you lose, shit happens, as they say, I suppose.
Yeah.
Any words of advice or wisdom that you want to pass along to anybody else getting ready to fight the Spirits?
Kind of feel sad for the sponsor for the Spirits.
The ones that left them?
No, the ones that just joined them.
The Spirits didn't get one. Let me double check my notes. I don't think they actually picked up a sponsor this, because they had. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, well, you know, you win some, you lose some, but you know that sponsor's pocketbook won't take too many losses. If the Spirits keep
Right.
taking, the pocketbook won't take any losses as long as the Spirits keep losing. So there's that.
Yep.
Well, coming up next, we've got an interview with a former technician who has left the Luthien Dragonborn to go join one of the big stables. We'll get to hear some of their thoughts as to what led them to this decision and what that means for their future. And possibly we'll see if we can get a look at the chief tech for the Dragonborns, or excuse me, the Dragonborn, and see what their thoughts are on losing one of their better techs. Coming up after this break. Darius, always a pleasure. Hope to see you again soon. Your next match, I don't remember who you're facing. I'll have to look it up. Next time I'll have that prepped. But, stick around, friends. We got plenty more matches coming. 4 more matches for this week, and something like 53 matches before we crown a new Trinity Cup champion here in like several weeks. Stick around, friends. And then that, Olaf will wrap it. And unless you got anything else for Olaf off camera, that will be the end of the interview / sit-in, watch your mechs dominate the Spirits. That was, I knew you were going to do something. I knew you were up to some shit when you kicked that freaking Marauder off the map. I should have fucking known better, man. I should have known better. I played you too many times to fall for that shit.
Yeah.
But yet, I fell for it anyway. Well, good fight. A good showing for the opening match of the new season.
Excellent fight. I won.
Well, yeah. You know, I've said this before. I've said this a lot. One of the cool things about the GM, or being the GM, is if you are losing the fight, it doesn't matter. It's when you're winning the fight that you might want to reevaluate. And now I don't mean, of course, making the fight easy for your players, but you always want to challenge them. And of course, every now and again, sometimes the dice roll a certain way. And sometimes your players will lose, but
yeah,
and it's a regular season match. It's not as important as say a playoff match, but
I'm starting the season off strong.
Yeah, definitely stronger than you were 30-22. 0-3 until the midseason break, and you won the advanced tech and managed to dominate from the rest of the way. So,
yeah.
well, until until the Merrick's won, anyway. But all right, Darius, you got anything else for me? Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up because I can just ramble and ramble, and nobody wants to see that on the video.
Go ahead and wrap it.
All right. All right, well, stick around, my friends. We do have another match. Let me look at my notes. Our next match looks like it's being scheduled for Thursday evening is our next recording session, which means that video will be out Friday morning. This video, of course, will be out. Well, you'll figure it out when it's out because you're here watching it, not being streamed. So. All right, my friends, we're going to get out of here. Don't be afraid to check out the socials, Discords, and I don't know. There's other things that people say at this point at the end of a video, and I don't remember what they are because I never really do it. I don't know. Like, subscribe, share, kick your brother. I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm rambling. Have a good night, my friends. Stay safe.